the Dallas Cowboys, taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Greg Zuerlein's got it teed up, and off we go from Arlington. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in April, the rookie from Clemson, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Now Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt.
CeeDee Lamb deep for the Cowboys.
This is taken around the 12. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Lawrence. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Here's Prescott.
That is caught by Lamb.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll roll him out right. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Elliott.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd down and goal. Prescott. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out and start the drive at the 25.
And now out come the Jags. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lawrence connecting here with DJ Shark. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Lawrence. That's once again complete to Shark.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They run. Robinson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Now Lawrence.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault.
Not much there, only a yard.
Now it's 2nd and 9. On the run, it's Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run it now with Robinson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From just shy of midfield, Lawrence over the middle. He's got Chenault.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates size. But slot receivers, their speed and their route running savvy.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. Robinson, a first down and then some.
And finally marked down at the 23.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Flushed out right.
Able to hit his target land.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Eluding the pressure right.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. They'll run it with Elliott. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. Back near midfield, right at the 48. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On first down, it's Robinson. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On third down, Lawrence able to complete this to Chenault. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Here's Lawrence to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On third and goal, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Dan Arnold there to make the grab. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This is Tony Pollard. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Escaping the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Throwing on second and long. Prescott. He'll buy some time right. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line.
Hey, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Flushed out right. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott rolling to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper there to make the grab. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Now Mike McCarthy's saying, let's go for 2. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he'll get into the end zone to make it a 5-point game. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jacksonville set to go again offensively.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high power. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Lawrence.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again. Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Travis Etienne, 43 yards. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 2. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
Taken at the goal line.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Getting set to go again. We get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. Making his presence felt early in this one. 1st half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And the Jags are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half.
anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now Lawrence on first down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons in there to get him, and with it, time will expire here in this first half of play. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
Play action now. Prescott. Flush to his right. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds him. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that. Back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime, Minks, had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses. Those exact...
And his pass... For the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position. Get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there on the catch and run. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, don't fumble the football.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the 1st. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Prescott eluding the pressure right. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence, and he'll go down at the 28.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
On 3rd and he'll drop that underneath to Etienne.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play that time on the catch and run.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
James Robinson
taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Now Pollard. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
Sliding out of the pocket. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On second down, it's Elliott, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now.
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Lawrence. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Marvin Jones.